And all of a sudden, a group called Hugging Faces starts,
Mhm.
compiling some of this work and creating wrappers around it. And so things like ChatGPT, some aspects of it, things like all the different tools that you actually see, majority of the different tools that you see out there, Stable Diffusion and things of that nature, have their open source aspect to them. Maybe not ChatGPT because ChatGPT has gone commercial, but there's those resources that are out there available, and there are tools that are being created today that would help you as a small business to get right onto it. And so for minority-owned businesses, one, we have the opportunity because one, there's a lot of exposure of the minorities to different opportunities from the government, from government agencies, from different other avenues and things of that nature. Now, adding AI to it just makes you stand out,
Yes.
you know,
Yes. Hmm.
not just even in the government agency, even commercial, the private sector as well, right? So having AI just makes you stand out. And so imagine being able to take a piece of what it is that you're doing and help to make your customers' lives better because you're using data, because you're learning from the data, and then because you're using that data to make sense
Well,
of.
I'll just add to what you're saying. I'm a writer as one of my business prongs there, and just using Grammarly, right? And then they put in Grammarly AI, and I was like, who needs that, right? And then I hit the button. I'm like, oh wow, wait a minute, I didn't know, you know, And they used it to improve the product, and it
Yep,
helped to improve my writing to
yep,
a different level. And I thought, okay, we're
yep,
something there's something else happening and I've got to come up. And so
yep,
this is what I would say to anybody that's listening. Dr. Iyanu has so much information that he cannot give it to us all in this one, that this one seating, but you need to be there to at least get your foot in the door, to hear what he's saying, and to start to make preparations for your business, not just today, but for next year and 3 years and 5 years and 10 years. Because if you don't have AI, if you're not in this stream, you're not going to be around in 10 years. Like
yep,
you just,
yep.
your business is going to be gone. Poof.
Yep. I'll tell you something that is interesting. I think a couple of months ago, I was working with my wife on her business, and basically she needed to be able to do some projections, and she needed to create some financial models and financial formula to do the projections. Ideally,
Hmm.
I had to think about, oh, okay, what do we need for this? What do we need for that? Blah, blah, blah. No, within 5 minutes, we're able to generate the formula. Within 5 minutes, we're able to create the charts that she needed to be able to
Wow.
send out to the people she was working with that actually needed her financial projections. So think about that. Think about what it would have, cost her, even thinking as to what do I even do? Where do I even
Hmm.
started? Uh,
Hmm.
that was her question to me, and I'm like, oh, we could figure that out, and all of that piece was done by AI. And so
Wow.
we worked out the formula that worked for her, and now she uses that formula to, do her cage, her growth
Hmm.
rate, and all that different kind
Hmm.
of stuff so that she could do our projections.
I love it. So for anybody that's listening here, listen, if you're afraid of the word AI, like I was last year, this time, I was like, what is that? What's going on? They're going to take over the world. I mean, I've watched enough, I mean, enough episodes of like
Someone,
Sci-Fi
someone
Channel.
had, someone had told me about the end times and spoke about AI. And basically I said what I had to say was, and I understand, like, sometimes when you don't understand what's happening, it's
Hmm.
very easy to quickly, make very, very
Yes.
conclusions. But there's no difference between what was happening 10, 15 years ago as what's happening now. Why? Because we're generating data, as far back as, I don't know, what has changed, Allegra, what has really changed is that now we have really, really strong, powerful systems that can run these algorithms really, really fast. That has
Hmm.
changed. Our Siri was already using AI. So before the old AI buzz, right?
Right.
Stuff
Right.
like that. So what has changed? Our Alexa was AI, right?
Hmm.
Before
Hmm.
the AI buzz. ChatGPT exposed AI to it, took AI to a different level and exposed it on a really, really ground scale. However, like we should start really thinking more about, okay, how does this solve our problems, right? So we
Yeah.
have these data sets. How do we use data to solve our problems? Well, AI can help you better understand those data sets, can help you better understand how to make decisions with those data sets. So that's
I love it. Folks, you heard it here. Dr. Iyanu has all kinds of good stuff. I'm making it sound simple, but what he's going to do is break this down into bite-sized pieces so that we can all understand. Like I said, I sat in on one of his classes and I thought this was going to be so far above my head, I wasn't going to get it. And he was kind enough to, and this really is a gift. It really is a gift that God gives, right? That he's able to take all that, his brain works one way, and he's able to say, I've got to bring this down to the third
yep,
graders. Third
yep,
graders know what's going on, right? And so I was really impressed by that, and also by his humility. I'm saying this because how many people do you know that are PhDs in AI? You don't know anybody. You don't know anyone. Trust me. So I'm just saying, I want you to come out. I want you to come to the summit 2024. I want you to sit in his class, and I want you to come ready with your laptop, with your your stylus, with your your iPad, whatever you've got, even if you've still got your notebook and paper, which is what I still use, by the way. Bring it with you, because
yep,
this is going to be a working, this is not, a preach-a-thon. No, this
yep,
is a workshop. You're going to do work, right?
work, yep,
Dr.
yep,
Iyanu is a famous teacher, and he's going to be teaching you so that not just so you can just have like buzzwords and walk out with buzz. No, you're going to walk out with real-time actionable
yep,
steps, things that you can put in motion and
yep,
see your business scale. So
yep.
this is what we're doing, right, Dr. Iyanu?
Absolutely. Like
Mhm.
if you want to 10x your business growth, and I mean 10x your business growth, you need to be here. It is going to be completely life changing. And bring your laptops, bring your notes, it's going to be a sort of rapid fire session where we just kind of walk through some of these things live,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
build
Mhm.
use case and then you do it, and you see it actually sort of start to come to life, so really
It
excited about.
doesn't get any about that better than that. It really, really doesn't. And the other portion of this is that we're doing this for the kingdom. And
Yep,
this is the thing, what makes the summit a different space is that these are people of faith, and by faith I mean the Christian faith, coming together, right?
yep,
And
yep,
we're coming together to make sure that we are positioned as business owners, so that how can you build churches? Churches need money. How can you give to different things that are out there, helping people, feeding the hungry? You got to pay for food. There are
yep,
things that the kingdom needs, and business owners who are, Christ like business owners who want to go out and help the community. You've got
yep.
to have cash in order to do that, right?
Yeah,
It's be
exactly. And
funny.
what's funny, Allegra, is that the cash is actually sitting and waiting.
Wow.
That's it's more like, there's always, you know, problems to solve. It doesn't really matter what's, industry you're in.
Mhm.
There's always problems, and where there's problems, there's solutions, and where there's
Mhm.
solutions, we have in place, as problem solvers, believers.
Mhm.
If you think about it, the wisdom that we get from studying his word and staying with him and being and meditating on his word and things of that nature, when we bring that into our industry,
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
should be transforming the industry. We
All
should be,
right.
and I think that's where God is trying to take us to, and really excited.
Mhm. Well, you heard it here first. So Dr. Yanu is coming. He's already ready. He's excited. I'm excited. I know you're excited because we've been getting phone calls, emails, text messages, DMs, all the above. So listen, go on. You're going to see a link below. Click the link. Register today. We want to see you in 3 weeks. That's Friday, January the 19th. See you at the summit, and I will meet you at the top.
Yeah, see you there, guys.